everybody. Welcome to the first annual Stars to Heal Scars event.
Woo!
So this event is completely driven by students here at Attleboro High School, and we are so proud of them. We had an amazing group of students reach out to us individually. By us, I mean Rebecca Halsey and myself. I'm Amanda Loro. And they all said that they were super passionate about mental health, and they wanted to create a community and improve their high school to make sure that all students here had access to mental health resources, and they want to get rid of the stigma, and they want to have conversations about mental health. The student that I have the privilege of introducing to you all is Jason Firestein. Jason is a senior who just graduated. I'm so incredibly proud of him, and I feel so privileged to have had the chance to work with him on his 2030 project. Jason has been very passionate about suicide prevention and awareness, and is so dedicated to creating a better school community as well as a better community in Attleboro and surrounding towns. So without further ado, please give a huge round of applause for Jason Firestein.
Woo!
Thank you everyone for coming to our event, Stars to Heal Scars. Without the help of our volunteers, staff, and this community, this event would never have came. I started off with a vision that I want to make a reality, and I figured out that I could not do this by myself. So I reached out to several communities, volunteers, and members at my own school to help create this event. So with the help of the Mental Health Club and other people in my school, the vision I had for the event became a reality, and where everyone comes in one safe community where we can learn to cope our depression, anxiety, and help raise awareness for suicide prevention. Suicide had a direct impact to me. When I was in 6th grade, my father committed suicide, and several of my friends. Since then, I suffered through depression, anxiety, and a lot of mental illness, which I learned to overcome throughout time. Through years of coping, I learned to trust more people. I let people back into my life. I learned to open up. I learned different ways to cope with anxiety and depression. I started to exercise, joined the track team, the cross-country team. I learned that running is a good way to release my anger and stress, my different emotions that I have bundled up. I started to do a lot of music, playing music and listening to music. It's the best way I can think of to express how I'm feeling at the time. This event has many different ways people can cope with their anxiety and depression. There's horror culture, art, writing, music. There's races we have. We have different booths where people can talk about physical fitness. And with the help of others, I want to try to bring everyone together and cope with our anxieties and depression to make this world a better place. The purpose of this event is to bring everyone together from various communities in one safe environment. I started off this project in class called 2030 Project. It's a class where we take the 17 UN goals that we want to be solved by the year 2030, and we try to think of different events, different ways we can raise awareness and help solve these 17 UN goals. The goals I chose to work on is goal number 3, mental health and well-being. I started off just making presentations and sharing them to the community about suicide. When I started sharing them with my fellow classmates, they came up with the idea of making it more public, make it so other people can be interactive. And through one of the suggestions was a race. So I went to Miss Laurel and Miss Halsey, and I talked about making a 5K race for my project. Through them, I met some amazing people from different clubs and after-school activities who helped join me and make this into the event that we have now. And I would like to introduce other people who helped me with the event by introducing Rebecca and Darlene first, part of the Mental Health Club.
Hi, I'm Darlene.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
And first trimester of this year, we did a project on suicide prevention, and it ended up becoming something much bigger than we ever anticipated. So we ended up presenting our project at Blue Pride Night, and a lot of members of the community came to us and asked us to start a club, so that's what we did. And then eventually, Miss Halsey came to us and told us that Jason was doing this event and how we had similar goals and similar ideas and how we should merge them together. So that's what we did, and that's how we're here today. And that's it. So next up is Sarah and Tyler.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler. I'm 15 years old and I'm a sophomore at Attleboro High School. I've always been someone who's very passionate about what they do, but I never really had a place to express this voice. My school leadership class changed this for me. It led me to helping plan this amazing event for something I and many of my fellow classmates are passionate about. In my short lifetime so far, I've gone through what many other people don't have to go through ever. And while I'm not going to stand up here and tell you my sob story, I do want you to know why this event and the topic of mental health are so important to me. Mental health is important to me because so many people lose their lives to suicide every day. That is why we are here tonight, to honor those who we have lost and try to prevent us from losing any more. I know it's the most overused and cliche quote, but it does get better. People say things like it gets better for a reason. It's because it does. I went from being a suicidal little kid to having some of the most supportive and amazing friends in the whole world. I've gotten to help plan this incredible event with these incredible people, and if that isn't it getting better, then I don't want it to get better. All these cheesy quotes and sayings you might scoff at are said for a reason. It's because they're true, and that sentiment is exactly why what we are trying to establish here tonight, because we don't want another light to go out. I'm so grateful to have been a part of organizing this amazing event with all these amazing people. I hope you enjoy your time here tonight. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Campbell. I'm actually art director of this event, and shameless self-plug, but if you look down and if you bought a t-shirt, that's my design. Anyway, the reason why I got involved with this event is because you can ask my parents or my little brother, but I'm always trying to help people, and it doesn't really go well. But this time I actually got the chance to help someone and do a huge thing for this community, which I'm so glad to be up here on the stage and do. And I just can't, I'm sorry. I can't believe it. I wanted to join this event first because I have really high anxiety, which sometimes turns into a little bit of depression. And I really want to thank my family for dealing with me, because I turn into Godzilla when that happens. And I just can't believe that someone like me as a freshman would be selected to do this and actually be respected by so many people who I look up to and admire, especially Mr. Jason, Darlene, Rebecca, Tyler, Tara. Shameless self-plug. Miss Laurel and Pat, who I remember as a bad guy. Anyway, I've wanted this opportunity for ever, and I'm really glad that all of you have come to support this wonderful kind of family that we have here at Stars Eagle Scars, and I hope to do it again. And that's all I have to say. I forgot. Tara!
Hi everyone,
Camille. I am a fresh graduate from Attleboro High School, and I've lived here all of my life. So I originally got involved in this event through an invitation through Miss Amanda Loro and Mrs. Rebecca Halsey. And I remained in this event because of my own emotional ties with suicide, anxiety, depression, and that whole spectrum. From the ages of 7 until about 11 years old, I had a therapist who I saw for my own anxiety difficulties. And just after I turned 10, I lost a significant member of my family. And after that, I was admitted to a day program in a hospital for my own struggles. She gave me many coping mechanisms that you'll find around here, and that therapist's name is Janice. And about 9 months later, she also lost her life at a very young age. And her strategies have got me this far in life, so I mean, if it gets me this far, then I think it's probably making a change. And that's why I've been here this long. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out here tonight and supporting this amazing cause. I would like to welcome Patrick Collins to the stage.
All right, how's it going, everybody? So my name is Pat Collins. I'm a 2016 graduate of Attleboro High School. I'm so glad and happy that all of you are here today, and to see so many that are gathered here for this cause. But I'm pained and I'm hurt that mental health and suicide is what connects all of us. Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain. These are the two most recent celebrities who've lost their life to suicide. And you see the difference is that they're in the spotlight. What about the other 100,000 people in the United States who lose their life to suicide every year? Because you see, emotions, sadness, anxiety, happiness, joy, these are all a part of the human condition. There is nothing wrong with feeling and with expressing ourselves. What I found through my own struggles is that the opposite of depression is expression. The opposite of depression is expression, because when we keep all these emotions and feelings held up inside, we're a ticking time bomb. So this event is so important to me because when I was 14 years old, I battled a debilitating chronic illness, Lyme disease. I was out of school for a year and a half, and I felt that I hit rock bottom. Doctors thought that I would have no shot of going back to school again, and I thought that's what rock bottom was like. And during that time is when I attempted suicide. But that time of pain and suffering brought me through. I found my passion for life through that pain. That yes, that was the darkest moment of my life, but through that time I found that I mattered. That my life was important. And after my suicide attempt, I had all these feelings and emotions built up, and I've needed a way to express it. And I thought the only way to express it was to write. So I wrote my story from beginning to end because I felt that my story was different. My life story was important to me. And through 6 years of writing, editing, I finally have my book, Fighting for My Life, published. Fighting for My Life, How I Found God and Beat Lyme Disease. I have a booth set up to talk a little bit more about my book, and I'll be holding a writing workshop to teach some of these writing techniques that I've used. Because it's so important to express what we're feeling. Because no matter what we feel, we are not alone. It's a part of the human condition. Every human feels emotions. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to express it. The thing with coping with mental health, depression, anxiety, journaling helps. Writing about it helps. Medicine helps. Therapy helps. But that won't heal us. The only thing that will show us out of the darkness is love. It's loving one another and caring for one another, building each other up instead of beating each other down. So use this event. Tell somebody that you love them. Look them in the eyes and tell them that they matter, because it's true. Because no matter how dark times get, no matter how crazy things go and how far apart that our life may be, love will hold us together. Thank you. And I'd like to welcome up Rebecca Halsey.
Okay, I'm tall. Can I not take these apart? Okay, I guess I got teacher voice. Here we go. Okay, it's a tough act to follow. So, yeah, this is crazy. I want to thank everyone for coming. It's amazing. Working with this group of students and working with the faculty here to support this event has been just really humbling. Although those who know me, I like events. I've never done this one. And so, you know, the challenges that we face getting here are nothing compared to the fact that we're here now. And I'm immensely proud of all of our students and their courage and their commitment to each other in this event. Jason spoke of it, Sarah spoke of it, but as they were planning and getting ready, the support that they gave each other in coming to do this event was just immense. And I'm humbled to work for them. We definitely work together. And that's why we're here. So for those who don't know me, I'm a high school teacher. I work experiential learning, all about serving others and going outside of your comfort zone and out of the classroom setting. And so I've had the privilege of having many of these students in my class, but not all of them. Sometimes the interaction is just in the hallway. And you see a student and how they're interacting with their peers. But here at Attleboro High School, we hear you. We know that this is important to you. This is just one step in the right direction of meeting you where you are. And so thank you so much for sharing your voice. And let's get this party started.
So, friends in the press box, we're gonna kick that music back up and bring